Hello vintage snowmobile fans, I got you back here with the 1979 Polaris TX project. This is the complete project. I'll give you a walk around on the repairs and what was done. If you watched the first video, you know that the front I-beam that the skis attached to on this sled was totally sheared off. That's this one here. Seeing as I'm not a welder, I had a local machine shop here take it back on for me, or spool gun it back on. And then I touched it up as best I could here with that midnight blue Rust-Oleum that you get from like Fleet Farm to try to hide that I had it welded back on. Thankfully the motor plate was able to center up that I-beam so that this belly pan, the holes were still usable and able to be riveted right back into place. As for the motor, I did not take the heads off or the jugs apart. It had 140 pounds of compression to both sides. I figured if it had a leak, it wouldn't have been as high, but I suppose there still is that possibility. I did split the lower crankcase and put new crankcase seals in the sled. And the little bit of gas that you're seeing on the motor plate there, that's from me changing the seal on, the fuel filter. I put a different one on. I didn't like the brand I was running before. I got a Wix on it now. It's a little bit overkill, but it'll work for this. The primary clutch, I gave it to a Polaris guru I know and had him go through it and inspect it and replace anything that was wore out, just so that it can be ridden. I don't have to worry about it breaking down. I did sonic clean the carburetors again, even after having it gone through once before when I first fired it up on the first startup. I bought brand new carb boots, but they didn't fit the motor, so I had to reuse these old ones and reseal them back to the block. This is that big fuel filter I was talking about. A little bit of overkill, but oh well. Then I did replace all the bearings, including the jack shaft bearings, and every rivet in the track. I think there's 444, somebody said online. I did every one of them. I also put new bearings in the back wheels. Went and put all new shafts in it, as you can tell by all the grade 8 new hardware. Completely went through the skid. I wish I could have I bought a new shock, but it didn't fit. So I had to reuse the original, I guess, shock, if you want to call it a shock. I did spray paint the plastic belly pan because it was so faded. It is that midnight blue Rust-Oleum. The skis are the shovel wedge or shovel nose skis. Boy, I really struggled to say that, but I know those aren't right for $79, but they're way better than what the sled had on it. And the price was right, free off the scrap pile I have here, so that was the best way to get this sled back on the snow for that. I did replace the broken grill too in the hood. That wasn't too bad. Putting this all back together, putting a new headlight. This little piece here was all busted. The original one must be brittle and crack. Must be known for that. Took my first shot at recovering a seat as well. I've never done this before, and I think it did turn out okay. It does have a ripple in it here, but it lays flat after a little while. I don't know if it just raised up because I got it out here in the sun now. But when it's in the garage, that ripple isn't there. It's kind of strange. Put all new lights in it, bulbs. All new bearings in the jack shafts. They're all Timken roller bearings. So the sled should be good to go. I should be able to trail ride it without any issues. Let's see, we'll start her up here. Wish you guys could smell that clots oil. It smells really good. Should be all good. Just need some snow to fine tune the carbs, make sure I got them right, match them to the book, so we'll see what happens. Hope you guys stay safe and think snow.